Let me put y'all in my business.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. Um, Really quick, I just wanted to jump on this Friday, um, and to kind of do like a little video entry. Um, y'all know I'm kind of like posting and sharing my journey because God is wanting people to see that they're not alone in their situation. Sometimes you may feel like you're in something, or you may be dealing with something that no one else understands, and you're saying, hey, I know I'm unique, I know I'm rare, I know that I have a unique relationship with God, and sometimes people don't understand me. So that's why I'm sharing mine. And not only why I'm sharing mine because he's telling me to, but I know that there's people out there who are living this unique lifestyle. Like, you don't fit in. You already know worldly things is not how you're supposed to be living, and certain things like that. But you're kind of struggling with, you know, what your flesh desires and stuff like that. And so that's where I'm at. I'm actually getting back to the state of holiness, and I don't have a problem with that, because I learned that when you're a child of God, you gotta represent God. You gotta live the way God put you on earth to live. If not, things aren't gonna come together the way you think they should. And you're not gonna get to those visions he's given you because you're not even living how you're supposed to live, to get to those things. He's encouraging you by giving you these videos to show you, hey, this is what's yours, but in order to get it, you got to do what's required of you to do it. So I'm just going to say it quickly. So last night I'm like, okay, God, I'm trying to reset myself. I'm calling it a healing journey. I'm thinking it's one way, but God is saying the whole time since 2016, when you started back listening to rap music, when you started back doing all this stuff, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he actually had me dig through, because Apple keeps music. I don't know how many phones since then of upgrades, but Apple keeps music. Pictures keep pictures. What else was I cleaning up? Contacts never leave. So all of these things are in your iClouds, in your accounts and things of that nature. And while I was cleaning up, I was just like, darn, this kind of takes me straight back to 2016, where it all started, because I was in a church which set me back to my holiness, but there was some things that wasn't right, and I wasn't slow, so I kind of left. And soon as I left, I kind of went back into the worldly things. And so, I was just like, well, maybe this is what it's supposed to be. And it wasn't. And then now talking about it, I'm realizing that maybe that holiness came from the exception of people. And I feel like now God got me like, ain't nobody around you. You're not in no church. You're not in a marriage. You are not around people for somebody to hold you accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable and get back to the place where I called you to be. And so yesterday, as I was sitting right and trying to see how I can be healed, trying to get back to my original state, as I'm on this journey, God is letting me know the things that you find attractive, you really don't find attractive. The things that you are doing, you really are disgusted with it. And I need you to get back to who you're supposed to be. And so that's what I've been thinking, like, oh, shoot, I'm turning into this person. But in reality, it's like, you are a child of God, so you have to live as though God have called you to live, as what he placed you here to do. And so you can't just treat this like a playground and do what you want to do. And so the Bible says sometimes, we have free will, but if God has chosen you, you're chosen. I didn't choose him, he chose me. And so last night I was just making a list, last night I was just asking him that question, like, God, when is my real marriage coming? When is my house coming? When is this coming? When is, all these things coming? And God said, I'm trying to figure out what do I need to do to get back to where I need to be. And so as I'm thinking this, I'm thinking like, darn, I know in some parts I'm still struggling. I may be weak in some parts. I haven't been doing anything, but I know if I was to be placed in a certain situations, would I be strong enough? And I honestly know I wouldn't be strong enough in those situations. And maybe I would be, I don't know, but I'm not feeling like I felt that time when I was in church where I was just it wasn't nothing. I would just knock them things out the way. It was no temptation, no peer pressure, no nothing. And I'm pretty strong now, but what I'm saying is I don't have that feeling. And so I think God is trying to get, ain't no church going to be the reason that I worship and I live a holy life. Ain't no marriage going to be the reason that I live a holy life. Is because I'm his child, and I'm trying to get to my true calling. And so as I'm asking him, like, what do I need to do to get, because I'm in a place where this don't feel right. I feel stuck. I'm trying to get to the next level. And I ran across this video where this man was talking about fasting, but he was talking about the benefits of fasting in the anatomy part of things. He was saying what takes place in your body when you fast. And I was just like, this is cool to learn. I wasn't thinking spiritual fasting. And I was just like, that's cool to know, that a doctor takes his time out to come on to talk about fasting. It shows you the benefits of what takes place, on the anatomy side of things when you're fasting. And then as I'm strolling, I see another video of fasting, and I love Juanita Bynum, because one thing about this lady is when you hear, like, when she give you a word, it's coming straight from God. She don't play, and she reminds me of me. You get what I'm saying? She does. She reminds me of me, because I'm not gonna lie, hands down, at the end of the day, when it comes to God, I just don't play. And so as she was, as I watched her video, it was just like I went with her, and we both went to another dimension. And it was just like we sat right in the room where God was, and it was just like he's saying, okay, look, listen, you want to get back to, you want these things, but these things come when you are who you're supposed to be, because you're supposed to be holy. You're my child. And basically the only way to get back to this is fasting. You get what I'm saying? And then the notes that I took from the guy who was just giving an anatomy point of view, I was actually incorporated with those notes, what I was being told. And so, God is like, this is how you gonna get back. You gotta fast. You gotta fast. And I've been fasting, y'all, like, not like to the T of this, because this was so strong. Like, this was a different encounter last night that I had ever had. And just to go further into it, okay, so I was given scenarios, and God had already told me, look, the situations you think you've been in, I'm just showing you how you treat me. And he would whisper these things to me as these past 6-7 years went by. And he was just like, you worried about how people treating you, but this is how you treat me. And then last night was when it was so significant, because there were 3 situations that I was bringing up to him. And I was like, oh, I passed the test. I didn't give in. I'm doing good. But God, the next encounter, I don't want my next encounter with these people that I do have to deal with to be that way. And he's just like, hey, let me give it to you the real reason. You can't look at it that way. Let me show you the real way to look at it. And he was just like, in these examples, this is how you treat me. He was like, I watched you, and I know you was hurting, and I know you hurt in these situations. He was like, but he was just like, it hurts me more to look at you, for you to do me this way, knowing that you're my child, knowing that, hold on, because I took notes, y'all, my bad. So what God said to me last night was, he was like, I couldn't stand to see you hurt, but you were hurting me not being the child I called you to be. You were being everything you seen in others to me. That's what you were doing. Everything you saw in other people, if they offended you in some type of way, and no matter at what caliber, just know that that's how you were doing me. And give you a quick example really quick is to I was proposed something, but in the situation, the person was like, hey, if you do what you need to do, I'll go ahead and knock these out. Mind you, this is this person's obligation, and they were supposed to been had did it. But they were trying to set a tone that if I do something, then they will go ahead and do something that they were supposed to been do. And, last night, God said that here's a perfect example. You keep coming to me requesting that I do these things. You are coming at me in that same manner that if I do what I'm supposed to do because I'm your father, you're going to do what you're supposed to do. And guess what? It don't work that way. It does not work that way. In reality, if I go ahead and resort back to who I'm supposed to be as a child of God, then those things will come added unto me. Then those things will be healed. Then my land will be healed. I got to get rid of the things that I know that I'm not. And I said, okay. So then I was like, well, God, what about this situation? You know, I didn't say what about the situation, but I was dealing with another situation. Is how can somebody act a certain way with me, you know, when they're not around people, but when they're around people, they act another certain way. And God said that's exactly how you treat me. When you're in closed doors, you talk to me like it's nothing. But when you're around other people, and everybody knows I acknowledge God, but God is saying, no, your actions, the things you were doing were not representing me. You were not talking to me. You were doing things that didn't match our conversations when you weren't around people. And I was like, okay. Another situation is, you know, I just got so many situations and scenarios where he were like, hey, I had a mirror in front of you. For the past 6-7 years, I've had a mirror in front of you of what you look like in my eyes. And y'all, it was literally the same. It was like I was God and these people was me, because I still show compassion. Even though I was hurting, even though these people were hurting me, I still was giving compassion. I still was giving understanding. I still was giving forgiveness. I still was giving the benefit of the doubt. I still kept giving second chances. And it was exactly how it was. He said, I just need you. You don't understand. You are more spiritual than you think. And I want to show you, and I had to show you. I had and have to show you what you look like to me, because you are a reflection of me, and the things around you are a reflection of you. And so I was just like, okay. And for a while, you know, you preach the surface of things. Oh, you attract what you are. Why am I attracting all these things? And literally last night, God was like, I was just showing you what you look like in my eyes. I'm going to still be here for you. I'm still going to be forgiving. That same person you was to everybody, I'm still going to be that to you. But while these people are hurting you, you were hurting me, knowing. You get what I'm saying? Because you were not being who you were supposed to be. You was hurt that these people weren't being who they were supposed to be to you. But I was hurt more because you were not being the person you were supposed to be to me. And I said, oh my gosh, you know, like, and I'm just like, y'all, I mean, like, you know, I was getting ready to go to bed last night. I was like, letting the kids know I was getting ready to go to bed. And in a sense, I was like, oh, y'all, hold on. He's still talking to me. Because, like, that's how I knew I went to another dimension. And I was in another realm with this fasting message. And me wanting real answers, and with this healing journey. Because he was still talking. And I had to get to my notebook. And I had to take notes. And I had to write down what he was telling me. You know, and he just let me know. He was like, you are mine, not the accuser. You know, not the devil. You have to, and only will you, you know, he was like, you have to, and only will you. I was just writing as he was talking. And it's basically saying, look just like him. It was like, I don't have to look like lust and sex outside of marriage. And in order to see change, you must change first. So with the whole you attract what you are thing, that is, but what if God is just giving us a reflection, putting us in a mirror, showing us who we are? Yes, we attract what we are, but what if he's putting a mirror in front of us saying, hey, do you not see that this is who you are? You can't see it because you have the wrong understanding. You won't get rid of distractions. You won't become who you're supposed to be so you can see these things. Whenever you become who you're supposed to be, that's what you will deal with. You will deal with the things. And y'all, yesterday I was just writing and I left out some words, and I'm telling you, I know it's God. I put, because you, comma, write everything around you and everything you pray must obey. So in a sense, in that time, I thought I was saying, he was just like, because you basically are going on this fast, you know, everything around you must get right and everything you pray over must obey. But he came back and added words. He said, because if you obey me, I'll write everything around you, and everything you pray over must obey. And to wrap this up, because I got to go, but long story short, y'all, I have never been in this place. When I say God is healing me for real, he's healing me for real. And it's not like I have never lived a place of holiness or walked a straight line. I didn't say perfect or anything like that, but just living a life that's acceptable to God. I went back. I took a whole 6 years of going back to the things that I don't initially like, and that's not who I really am. You get what I'm saying? And so that's why I didn't fit in places. That's why it might have looked weird to people when I was doing certain things, and that's why I probably didn't go right when I would try to do certain things, because that's not who I really am. You know, when somebody is fake, it's like I live the fake life, the Instagram postings, the people I hung with, the things I was doing. That was not me. You get what I'm saying? And so God is like, I need you to get back to who you're supposed to be, which is my child, so you can be happy with yourself. So you can have, I can put this mirror in front of you and you can move to the things that you're wanting. You're wanting things that only come when you're your true self. I'm telling you the truth. God don't lie. So he's like, I'm telling you these things are here, and you know I don't lie, but I need you to be truthful and live the way you're supposed to truthfully live, so that those things can truthfully come to you. I hope that this message helps somebody, encourage somebody. I'm leaving my email in the description so you guys can reach out. Maybe we could talk more. But if it's anybody out there that is just realizing that you are standing in a mirror, you are getting everything you're being to God, and you can't run from it. Y'all, I'm lost for words on this healing journey. I need prayers. I need more prayers for more understanding. And y'all, let's just get some understanding so we'll know what's going on. So we can't blame nobody else for the stuff we're not doing. We can't blame God for the stuff we're not doing. So if we become truthful with ourselves, God can become truthful with us, and also our true living can come to play, because we're being truthful. And so I thank y'all for listening, and I hope this encourages someone and lets people feel like they're not alone. Y'all have a good one.